Waste Yield. On my way to New Hemp City. Yeah, we turn on the lights and make this shit look pretty. Woo! Okay. So what's up, everyone? My name is Kyle. You might know me on Instagram, Future World Healing. My page is, I don't even want to tell you what my page has gone through, but it started off personal, had many different shifts, many different turns, and just like my own mind and my own self, it continues to evolve as I go on. Right now, my focus, I've turned my career into holistic health, and so that's what I primarily focus on. Holistic health, different ways to improve ourselves, because the truth is, everybody's hurting these days. Everybody always has problems. Everybody can use a healing, and on many different levels. Not just the physical, but also the emotional, the mental, the spiritual as well. Everybody needs healing. I don't care if you have $1 billion, if you think you're the best looking person, or you could run, you know, the marathon in the fastest time. Everybody needs healing. And we all know the modern system, the pharmaceuticals, how corrupt it is. It's all about money. It's not really about putting the person and their health and their well-being as the first priority. We all know this. I mean, what's it good for these days? Emergent care, pills and surgery, when that should be the last thing. We all know the government's not going to look out for our health, right? I mean, raise your hand if you think the government's going to put your health as the bottom line.
Is that on the bottom of the line?
Yeah, to throw us off the line. We all know it's about profit. We all know it's about staying in power. We all know that the multi-billion-dollar corporations, that they're influencing what the doctors can prescribe. They're influencing what you can get, what your insurance will pay for. And we all know that they're not going to have your best interest at the end of the day. So it's up to us as individuals to educate ourselves and each other so that we can learn, so that we can take care of our own bodies and our own minds. That's what being sovereign's about. So my background, I recently went to nursing school, and after I got out of that, I didn't think that I was going to get into alternative health. I loved alternative health and stuff, but I said, like, how can I make a thing at this? What am I just going to give people some herbs, like take this herb, take that herb? I got to make it something more formal. So I actually came across, I went to a retreat last year after I finished nursing school. It was for Clean Heart Academy and all holistic health, and learning a form of muscle testing called autonomic response testing. I'll get into that a little bit later, but basically it changed my mind, and just about, like, it just blew my mind about that there could be these doctors actually doing this holistic health and talking about things like chemtrails, you know, people twice our generation, and talking about chemtrails, and they're an MD. I had to tune in, because you don't really hear that these days. You know, I was talking about chemtrails 8 years ago when I would tell people, they would look at me like I'm crazy. Now I tell the average person, almost the average person, you'll get in there and they'll know. They'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard of those before. It's chemicals, right? I'll be like, wow. And that's not from MSM or Fox or any of this crap telling the people. That's from word of mouth. That's from individual to individual, telling each other, waking people up. It's going to be grassroots. That's the only way you change things. That's the only way you change things for the positive. Every huge, you know, legit good movement in this country has been from the grassroots up. And then at the end is finally the politicians, the president, the senators, the major corporations. They give in. They have to give in at the end because we change it from the grassroots. Just remember that. It's about us as individuals. So after I finished nursing school and I got into this alternative health field, I just wanted to suck it up. So I went to all the courses, everything I could for it, and learned as much as I could. In the system, it talks about our health as 5 levels. The first is physical. We all have a body. It seems to be, you know, material. In some ways, it's really not. We know that with quantum physics. The next is the physical, the energetic. So our emotions, our energy, how we feel when we get upset, when we get angry, when we get happy, when we get excited about something. These all are actual legitimate things that influence our being. And we need to focus on these and keep these in balance like everything else. The mental, our thoughts, our energy in our mind. When we think we're putting out electromagnetic fields and other entities, we can receive that from each other. It's the intuitive dreams, sacred geometry. What we're getting is holograms, our own holograms for ourselves, for the leaves, for the trees around us. We're learning about the next dimensions, the higher dimensions, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, and starting to understand it. Some of us are on different levels when it comes to these things, but that's okay. I'm going to try to speak in ways that everybody can understand. And then the fifth is the connection to the source, to the creator, whatever you want to call that. You want to call it the universe, the creator, the origin, God, whatever you want to say in your own way. But it's important for all of us to find ways to connect to that source, whether it's through meditation, through prayer, through a combination of different things. We all can have different avenues for this. So I just want to go through each of these fields and talk a little bit about some of the ways we can heal ourselves with them. The physical. When you go to the doctor, you know, whether it's a shrink, whether it's your primary care physician, what do they usually give you? They say, take this pill, or you might need this surgery. But what if my health isn't so deteriorated that I don't want to take that pill yet, which can have a lot of side effects, and my organ isn't so bad that I don't want that surgery? What about in between? And the 99.9% of people are going to fall in between. But you're not going to get that from a doctor typically. They're not going to say, oh, I prescribed you some coconut oil, go take that. When's the last time you heard a doctor say that? You're feeling a little down, a little depressed, they're not going to say, oh, go out in nature, you know, away from the roads and go meditate 15 minutes a day. When's the last time you heard a doctor say that? I mean, they're going to say, oh, well, this isn't my field. Here's a number for a shrink, and then you go to the shrink, and they're not going to tell you to meditate. They're going to say, here, take this pill. Is that going to make you better? Is that the first solution? And I'm not against pills. I mean, pills can have a great use in their time and place with the proper usage, but they should really be last resort and for emergent medicine. Why should I take a synthetic pill that some multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical just made 2 years ago? They got fast-tracked through the FDA, and then they're telling me that I should take this and that it's safe. I'm good, man. I'll take the coconut oil. I think I'll trust that a little bit more. So the physical. What are some good things? Of course, good organic nutrition. We want to be eating as healthy as possible, as organic as possible. Because if it's not organic, you know it's going to be full of toxins. You know, it might be GMO. It might have like some dog DNA, some God knows what. It's like some frankincense plants, to be honest. It's got all of this stuff that they're spraying it with. God knows what it is. So you want to be as organic as possible. And even if you're eating as organic as possible, everything organic, you might not be getting all the nutrients you still need. Because the soils, they're so depleted. They're so used to this mono-agriculture, playing crap, it's destroying the soils. Just look around, we got all the chemtrails in the sky every day, pouring the toxins down on us. So we remember, keep in mind, we need a detox too. Some other good things. Homeopathy. That's really good. It's just, everybody might not know what it is, but that's basically programmed water. So you can use alcohol, you can use water, you got the top part of the sky. What up? Hi. Keep watching us. So, you know, basically homeopathy is water programming. Everybody's seen the water crystals. You speak something to the water, it changes the structure of it. Now this proves that homeopathy isn't pseudoscience, that actually water is changed and shaped by what we say to it, what we feel to it, what we put it around, the sacred geometry around it. All of this is going to change the clusters and the crystal shapes of our water. The water we drink and the water in ourselves. We're mostly water, right? 60-70% water. Think about that. Every single thought that we have in our head, every single day, every moment, is literally shaping our water. It's shaping the crystals in our body. And then this is influencing, this is magnifying to our own field. And this is manifesting. This is manifesting out to the universe. And then back to us, manifesting our lives. So manifesting our realities really starts to with our thoughts, what we feel in our head, what what we feel in our hearts, because our heart is the most powerful electromagnetic force in our body, and that's put in our